Well, good morning. Welcome. I'm Emily Cranwell, and you've seen me up here once or twice before, but this morning I'm joined by my mother, Linda Wilcox, making her UUFE debut. She's asked a number of other people to do this job before, so she decided she should give it a shot. So I'm glad to have her here with me this morning, or to be here with her this morning, I should say. For those of you who don't know my mom, she lived in Massachusetts for most of her adult life and was an employee for the Social Security Administration for the entirety of her career, many, many years. She was an Episcopalian most of her life, but joined UUFE 8 years ago when she moved down to the Eastern Shore to be here near us. So in retirement, she is active, she is a volunteer, grandmother of 4, and Lyndon thought we should share that she likes to do puzzles and play cookie jam. So good morning and welcome to all of you at home and here with us in the sanctuary. We're going to start this morning with our chalice lighting, and Lyndon's going to join me for that.
In the Bleak and Cold Winter, by Cynthia Landrum. Mountain stream in winter, snow upon ice. In the bleak and cold winter, we gather ourselves in, to light the fire, to warm our spirits, to kindle a flame of love and hope.
morning, everyone. I invite you now to join us in the reading of our covenant. At the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Easton, we seek to nurture spiritual and intellectual growth for all ages, and to be actively involved in community outreach and service, cherishing diversity and celebrating our oneness with all humanity, endeavoring to support each other in a spirit of compassion, respect, and love. And now we'll have a short meditation. The words are from, it's called Christmas Spirit, the words by Donna Morrison Reed. Abstract and unfocused, multicolored lights. Fill your heart like a vessel with the Christmas spirit. Take time to let your vision clear and your concern deepen. Allow your heart to overflow with all the authentic gifts that this season has to offer. The blessings and the wealth of Christmas can overflow from each of our hearts if we take the time to fill our hearts first. We are a world of materially rich people who are spiritually impoverished by our very wealth. The signs of this impoverishment are all around us. They push and shove to get our attention, especially at this time of year. But let us stop the rush and allow the spirit of the season to enter our being. Let us clear our vision and deepen our concern. Let it move us away from an isolating concern for self to a relationship of love and care and wonder and joy with all of life around us. And now we're going to have a reading done by Emily and Laura Wynn. I'm sorry.
Come back. Okay,
I'm sorry.
Pause.
My first time around here.
It's all good.
At this time in our service each week, we take a few moments to share our joys and sorrows. At this time, if you are at home, you are welcome to type those into the chat, and if you are here in the sanctuary, you are welcome to come forward, light a candle, and use this microphone to share what's on your heart. I will light the first candle for our ongoing pandemic and the many ways that it continues to impact our lives.
Hi, some of you may know me or remember me. My name is Sasha Bank. My dad was the minister here for several years, and I have a very simple joy today. I'm just so pleased to be back in the sanctuary and back with this congregation. So thank you.
John Barker. I've been a member of UUFE since 2004. Back in 2004, Rita and I had been away from any church or religion after being lifelong members. We've been out of church for about 14 years. Came here, and it was Reverend Jim Bank who was preaching sermons that really touched my heart and made me see that I could find a new kind of a religious home. So I'm glad to see Sasha here, and so grateful for Reverend Jim Bank and his influence on my life.
I'll ask that we take a moment to to hold those thoughts in our hearts, and also those that remain in the sanctuary of our hearts. Laura to come forward and share in the reading with me. By the way, if you hear me cough, it's not COVID. I just have stupid asthma, so there you go. Unitarians and UUs at Christmas by Kate McKenna. They say a story can carry a truth far greater than the literal truth.
We Unitarians know the value of stories. We know they carry truth. We know they carry more truth than just the plain truth ever can.
Maybe we can't believe a virgin gave birth to the Son of God, but we can believe that all births are miracles, worthy of celebration and wonder.
Maybe we can't believe angels brought revelations, but we can believe truth can be revealed through the actions and words of those who dare to speak it and to act it.
Maybe we can't believe the angels sang to shepherds, but we can believe that those revelations about life can come to and through even those we think are the most humble.
Maybe we can't believe the wise men traveled to see the newborn baby king, but we can believe that we should never be too lofty or think ourselves too clever or too rich to see the wonder and majesty in tiny things.
Maybe we can't believe that Jesus brought back the light by redeeming our sins, but we can believe in a leader and a teacher and a prophet who brought and brings illumination to the lives of those who wish to listen.
We can believe in the light. Always we can believe in the light.
Maybe we can't believe in the Christmas story, but we can believe in it as a story which points to a truth greater than we can possibly imagine.
And so we're here, Unitarians, Unitarian Universalists, at Christmas, celebrating.
And long may we do so.
some people attending theater productions, others partying loudly with drinking and feasting, gambling, and all manner of decadent behaviors. This is a general description of a Christmas celebration, a day of no work and lots of play. Now, imagine being a Puritan at this same time in Old England. Your faith would have been in direct opposition to the Anglicans and the other revelers. All this Christmas merriment would have been completely against your faith. You would have believed that there was no biblical scripture supporting the celebration of the birth of Jesus. Your faith taught you that every day was a holy day, and there was no reason to make Christmas a special day. Their words were to the effect that they for whom all days are holy can have no holiday. The Puritans also opposed celebrating Christmas because of its pagan roots. Ancient Romans celebrated Saturnalia, a time of honoring the god Saturn, god of agriculture. While the original date of the celebration was December 17th, it became a week-long time of festivities. Many of the customs of Saturnalia, such as partying, theater-going, feasting, and gift-giving, were carried throughout Europe and were the forerunners of the Christmas celebrations that the Puritans opposed. When the Puritans gained political power in Parliament in the 1640s, they had Christmas legally eliminated as a holiday, both religious and secular. This was an unpopular move, and the law was openly disobeyed. The short-lived legislation was repealed in 1660. Imagine now that you're a Puritan who's come to Massachusetts Bay Colony seeking religious freedom. You would have been upset to see that some of your fellow colonists were marking Christmas in a rowdy way, trying to take the day off work to practice excesses of games and drinking. The colonial leaders followed their faith by outlawing the celebration of Christmas in the colony in 1659. This legal ban on Christmas celebrations was also repealed quickly, ending in 1681. As the Puritan domination of Massachusetts waned, Christmas celebrations began to take new looks. Puritans joined the other colonists and started celebrating in private homes as time passed. By the 1800s, the Unitarian faith in England was becoming more prominent. Their beliefs were spread to the United States. Christmas customs were again changing in New England. Charles Fullen was a Unitarian minister who was one of the first persons in the U.S. to decorate an indoor Christmas tree. Decorating trees outdoors had long been popular in Germany, but the custom was not so familiar here. Reverend Fullen was raised in Germany, but kind of kicked out of there because he was considered radical, and he made his way to the United States. He's been characterized as an enthusiastic reformer, and he was fervently opposed to slavery. So, how did a man whose passions for religious freedom and the abolition of slavery also come to be known as the father of Christmas trees in America? Reverend Fullen and his wife resided in Lexington, Massachusetts. They entertained at a party in 1832, where their guests were delighted with a decorated Christmas tree. The German tradition of Christmas trees had been seen in the United States before that evening in the Fullen's parlor, but the sight of a tree indoors, festooned with decorations, was still new. The Fullen's tree was written about in a popular magazine, Godey's Lady Book. They happened to know just the right person and invite her to their party. The article's author described the tree's loveliness, and the children, she reported, were speechless. All eyes wide open, all lips parted, all steps arrested. Historians cite that tree as among the first Christmas trees in the United States. Charles Dickens was a Unitarian in 19th century England. It's been said that all of Dickens's novels reflect the central ideas of 19th century Unitarianism. Frequent topics in his writing were the belief that Jesus was a human being who exemplified a truly religious life, the rejection of materialism and the doctrine of necessity, the rejection of a God of stern judgment, a disdain of theological controversy, the rejection of dogma, an inclusive rather than an exclusive religion, and an emphasis on doing good works. Does that sound familiar? Dickens wrote A Christmas Carol in 1843. With Scrooge's change of heart, Dickens shows that his readers can also be converted from a harsh, complacent, selfish worldview to one of love, hope, and charity. Like Scrooge, he leads us to believe that these ideals can again become part of the human community. For Dickens, that was the true meaning of Christmas. So the book made its way to America, probably about 1844, and it was published here and republished to become one of our best loved Christmas readings. Another contribution to Christmas customs was the carol. Written originally as a poem, it came upon the midnight clear. It was written by Edmund Sears, another Unitarian minister from Massachusetts, in 1849, and the tune for it was added in 1850. Sears' song was remarkable for its focus not on Bethlehem, but on his own time and on the contemporary issue of war and peace. Sears was writing during a period of personal melancholy with the news of revolution in Europe and the United States war with Mexico fresh in his mind. Now, we're all familiar with some of the verses of the carol, which starts, "It came upon the midnight clear, that glorious song of old, from angels bending near the earth to touch their harps of gold. Peace on the earth, goodwill to men, from heaven's all-gracious King. The world in solemn stillness lay, to hear the angels sing. Still through the cloven skies they come with peaceful wings unfurled, and still their heavenly music floats o'er all the weary world. Above its sad and lowly plains they bend on hovering wing, and ever over its babel sounds the blessed angels sing." Now, it's the third and fourth stanzas of this carol that reveal the contemporary thoughts that Sears was having at the time. "Yet with the woes of sin and strife the world has suffered long. Beneath the angel strain have rolled 2,000 years of wrong. And man at war with man hears not the love song which they bring. Oh, hush the noise, ye men of strife, and hear the angels sing. And ye beneath life's crushing load, whose forms are bending low, who toil along the climbing way with painful steps and slow, look now, for glad and golden hours come swiftly on the wing. Oh, rest beside the weary road and hear the angels sing." And then he finishes with another verse that we're more familiar with. "For lo, the days are hastening on, by prophet bards foretold, when with the ever-changing, with ever-circling years comes round the age of gold. When peace shall over all the earth its ancient splendors fling, and the whole world send back the song which now the angels sing." Now we're going to switch from this beautiful carol that was written by a Unitarian minister in 1849. What's one of the first Christmas songs that children learn? Well, of course, it's Jingle Bells. James Pierpoint, the writer, was organist at the Unitarian Church in Savannah, Georgia, where his brother was the minister. The song was written in 1857, and it was originally written to be a Thanksgiving song, but it's become one of the most popular Christmas songs, known by nearly everyone. There were undoubtedly other Unitarian contributions to our Christmas celebrations, but the next one I'm going to note is the carol, "Do You Hear What I Hear?" which Alan played for us earlier. It was written in a century after the other ones we've been talking about, 1962, during the Cuban Missile Crisis, which had the world living in fright over the possibility of a nuclear war. The songwriters, Noel Regney, a Unitarian Universalist, and his wife, Gloria Shane, had been asked to write a Christmas song, but they were having a hard time getting into a Christmas spirit because of the political climate. They were out walking one day, and they saw two babies smiling at each other, and somehow that brought the image of lambs to mind, and they proceeded to write the song. It's not clearly a Christmas song, although the images can be construed to be the Nativity period. It was actually composed as a plea for peace. And we see this in the final verse. Said the king to the people everywhere, "Listen to what I say. Pray for peace, people everywhere. Listen to what I say. The child, sleeping in the night, he will bring us goodness and light. He will bring us goodness and light." And following the theme of peace, which is important to us all, we're going to close with a Unitarian Universalist who continuously urged peace to all mankind through his music. I'm talking about Pete Seeger. He was a tireless advocate of peace and justice, although it doesn't appear that he actually wrote any Christmas carols. He popularized many folk songs that carry the UU Christmas themes. Most of us have probably sung once or many times, "We Shall Overcome," and "Where Have All the Flowers Gone?" His words of hope to us this Christmas season are reflected in the last verse of "If I Had a Hammer." Well, I've got a hammer, and I've got a bell, and I've got a song to sing all over this land. It's the hammer of justice, it's the bell of freedom. It's a song about love between my brothers and sisters all over this land. It's a hammer of justice, it's a bell of freedom. It's a song about love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. It's my hope that we're going to leave here today giving thanks for those Unitarians and UUs who came before us, having paved the way for our Christmas customs. May we celebrate them and leave here today with songs in our hearts. Do we have someone to do board announcements this morning? I guess maybe it needs, whoops. It is the holidays. We do have one. Thank you, Emma.
Well, I'm not on the board anymore, but it's my announcement, so I'll read it. This Tuesday, December 21st, hopefully everyone has heard, we will be celebrating winter solstice and the holiday season with a bonfire out back and Christmas caroling. So join us outdoors at 6:30 on Tuesday. We will provide copies of lyrics. Just bring a camp chair and your holiday spirit. Thank you.
I'm giving you the Christmas present of a short service today. And I'm going to extinguish our chalice with words by Leah Duran Jones. A line of framed photos, all on a surface, some out of focus. For those who came before us, we offer gratitude and thanks. May their memories be a blessing. May we feel surrounded by their love. As we go forth from this time and place, let us be inspired by their courage, their wisdom, and their dreams. Let us honor them by doing the work of living boldly, loving mightily, and creating heaven on earth. Amen, and blessed be.